thank you very much for joining us.
My
This is
pleasure.
our episode 2 of In Conversation with Hesketh Media. You can tell us a little bit about who you are.
Well, it's a wonderful topic for me because, as you know, I wrote the book Finding Me. And the first question when I meet people, I ask them, who are you? And the first thing they go is, oh, I'm dynamic, I'm cute, I'm doing this. And then they don't know anymore. So yes, so let me start off with a bang. I'm a master life coach with a bit more than just being a master coach. I'm also an NLP practitioner. I'm one of 2 or 3 people in South Africa that's a human lie detector. And obviously I'm a speaker. And I like to think about myself as not being a motivational speaker, which you go to and you go, hoo-ha, and the whole team is excited for one day. And then tomorrow morning when the car breaks down, they go, oh shit, nothing happens for me in life. I would like to see myself as a thought-provoking speaker, which means tomorrow when the car breaks down, I can go and think about the tools that was given to me yesterday by Lizette, apply them and move forward in life. So in a nutshell, that is who I am. And I always say I don't do rules and I don't do office hours. So you can't put me in a box in a corporate environment and just say that's the only thing she is, because I get bored very quickly. And I love to really get out there and tell people to get them empowered, care for them, but most get everybody to the very best of them. That's now on the business nutshell. On a personal level, I'm a grandmother of 4, soon to be 5. And also I'm a mother of 3. My eldest son is in Dallas, Texas. My daughter is immigrating now in July. And then my youngest is in Cape Town. And I've been married for 33 years.
Sure, well done. No, that's almost 5 grandchildren.
Yes, super excited. Can't wait for the next one.
So when you were younger, what did you always think that you wanted to be something like this, or what did you imagine yourself doing when you were younger?
Well, Duncan, that's the amazing part of it. And I think, I'm not talking for all the speakers, but most speakers really had something happen to them in their lives, and that was like a Rubicon moment, and then they wanted to share the story. For me, I actually started off in the corporate world, and I've been in the sales and marketing sphere for over 25 years. And, every time you motivate your sales team, you motivate everybody, and I need to motivate you to sell. If you want to buy from me, I need to make you to like me and sell, etc. So about 10 years ago, you get to a point where you say, the kids are going out of the house now. What are we going to do with your life? Do you really want to chase budgets, sales, etc. the whole time? Or do you want to actually give something back, which is a lot more valuable? And for me, it was obvious, either a choice of other psychologists or the coaching environment and where I can actually uplift people. I spoke a lot the whole time in my corporate environment, etc. For me, that was natural, but in what direction? And for me, was the coaching environment was a natural thing to go, because I don't want to find out how do you feel about it. I want to give you the tools and say, hey, get out of it. This is the way you're going to do it, and that's the solution. And that's why I went in this. And it's, for me, the best 10 years of my life. I mean, people who knows me all these years says they cannot still believe that I'm still with my own company, because I get so frustrated so quickly, yet I love what I'm doing.
That's cool. I loved what you said there when you said you want to give people tools to go out there and be the best that they can be. What tools do you use to motivate yourself? Like, what gets you there?
And it's such a good question. So many of us right now in lockdown think, well, a lot of people out there think that especially our thought-provoking motivational speakers are running on the whole day. Guess what? We don't. We also wake up groggy. We also don't feel like the world every single day. And for me, I have a very disciplined habit. I will not get out of bed if I haven't mentioned in my head 3 things that I'm extremely grateful for. And I'm not allowed to use something I have used in the past already. So what forces you to do is that every single day, you need to look for little nuggets so that you can mention something new tomorrow morning, the 3 of them, to be thankful for. And the more you are grateful, the more positive you feel and the more alive you feel, because you are focused and forced to look at the things that actually is real value to you in life.
Sure.
What would you say inspires you? And growing up, who was your inspiration?
Well, you're going to laugh, and I'm going to use the two names. It's Mike Lipkin and Anthony Robbins, obviously. It's like, duh! But at the same time, I have to say to you, there are several people who passed my journey in life, whether it was for a short period or a long period, would inspire me. But I think if I really have to say to you and bring it really home, I have to tell you that my inspiration is every single person I meet in life. I absolutely have a love for human behavior, the way we interact, and where your mindset comes from when you interact with me. So for me, I look at every single person I interact with for inspiration. And I really grow with energy. You know, I can coach the whole day. And then people go, aren't you tired? And the guy said, well, the moment people stop talking, then I get tired because I'm feeding from them. So definitely, people inspire me.
Okay, so now you mentioned something just now about being a human lie detector. How difficult was it for your children growing up with a human lie detector and not being able to get away with anything?
Fortunately, Duncan, I only went for my course in Manchester in the UK in 2013. So it's only 7 years I've been. The funny part was, you know, when you get back from the UK, you had to have above 90% to be accurate before they would certify you. And it's already being used in some of the court cases as a parallel to see how we fare against it. And currently we are literally about 92 to 95% accurate if we are on par and we're doing what we're supposed to. So the title really is Truth and Credibility Consultant. Now, when I got back in 2013, my daughter literally, I got back that beginning of October, my daughter got married the end of November. And obviously you get back and I'm going to read everything you're going to say. So my poor daughter would say, the flowers are nice. And I go, oh no, you are lying. You know, very excited and I'm ready to go. And what I've learned, and one of the reasons why I've done that course was because when I have a coaching client or I have a buyer in front of me, especially when I do my sales trainings, I mean, I talk about lie detection for the buyer and how to interact with relationships. But for me, it's more important that when I get and talk to you guys or anyone, I want as much as possible information so that I can perfect the communication as much as possible and also know where to direct. Because you would tell me, you know what, I love my sister to pieces. But what you just did, you said, I love my sister to pieces. So I've just saw the shoulder, I heard your pitch, and immediately I know that there's something more about your sister than you're not telling me. And that could be maybe just the one thing in life that holds you back to be 100% successful. And that's why I did it. So yes, you need to switch it off. You know, I always say, you know, the doctors don't walk in the mall and go, oh, that person is sick, that person is sick. You know, you literally apply it where you need it. But yes, people do give you very good solid red towels and go, oops, I've picked that up. I could just park it, you can't react on it.
Okay, so if we let's not look at you as a speaker or as a businesswoman, as a trainer. Let's look at you as a family person, a mum, a husband, a wife, a grandmother. So these last 8 weeks, we all know what we've been through and what we're currently in. How have you reflected on your life and what you've done?
I think the biggest thing that we've learned in this 8 weeks, and it was a very tough 8 weeks for me, especially, and I'm using my daughter per se as an example, because literally she would have been gone already to Dallas, Texas, if it wasn't for the COVID. Now, we only have this little bit of time left together before she's going to fly out. And now we are sitting apart 8 weeks, and all I'm seeing is I'm losing time, precious time with my daughter. And that was my first 2 weeks mindset of, now we can't be together. And then you reflect differently and you realize life is just as bad as what you're going to make it. you've got a choice. I mean, I send out every morning a little WhatsApp clip, and this morning's one was specifically the amount of time to take to be negative or the amount of time to be happy is a silent effort. And then I realized, as family mom who keeps normally the family together, it's a very simple way to look at it. You can decide how much interaction or not. So once a week, I make a video clip and I send it to my grandchildren. I go, hi, it's grandmother. How are you doing? I've missed you. Did you see I've done this? And so we keep that connection. And also I make sure that we have that warm and fuzzy feeling of a solid, grounded foundation that love conquers anything. And if we can embrace that, no matter what happens to us in life, we just need to adjust our sails to make it successful and sail towards the horizon.
I loved that image that you, well, I actually love pretty much all the images that you send out on WhatsApp. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going through this, or how did she know? And this morning when you sent that, I actually thought this is amazing. And I read somewhere that it was actually very similar to that, how the same energy, so you pretty much use the same energy to either be super excited or be super angry. So now, question, how do you react to the negative that happens around you? How do you mold yourself to look at the positive side, or to, I don't know.
Yes. It's so wonderful to have these questions. It just gives me an opportunity to go, that's the answer. So when I look at life, and I always have a very firm belief that anger and any reaction is symptoms. It's symptoms of going against your core values. And if you know exactly what your core values are, you are grounded. Do I get angry? Hell yes, I do. I mean, the first thing I wake up in the morning and the power is gone. I go, why don't we have power? And I go, hold on. That's against your core value. It's service delivery that's against your core value. You want, it's client services, it's perfection. That's what you're not having. So don't be a brat, readjust. And then I readjust immediately, because again, whether I use the energy to actually dampen me the way I feel, or I use that same energy and I go, what opportunities are lying within? And yes, I do get angry sometimes about and get negative feelings towards people, the way they react or what they are saying or whatever. And the first thing I need to do is to go back and say, hold on, what's my core values? And what is this person really trying to tell me? Because nothing in this life, and I mean nothing, is personal. So the moment you feel offended, it's against your core value, and you switch it immediately to go and say, this person's core value is different. Let's react differently and find out, where does this person come from with this information? So yes, I'm battled to really go down and go, oh, what a bad day. This life is terrible. I mean, I watch the COVID news. I do, but I only allow myself a half an hour a day just to keep on track and know exactly what's happening out there. And that's it. Thereafter, I need to focus on how to empower people, how to get the message out there, and I need to make sure that I stay sane and focused.
No, I think that's excellent advice. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's lovely to hear how you are coping with situations, and it's very inspiring.
Thank you.
So, a couple of off the cuff questions. If you could go back in time, anywhere, any era, what era would you go back to, and would you change something?
Wow. If I could go back in time, I think I'm going to be in the same era where I am right now. I am too impatient. We were talking about it a few years ago, like hubby went to do the wine to Wales. And, he's talking about all the food trackers over the copies and whatever. And I was thinking, I said, the patience for that. I mean, I don't even have the patience now. If somebody tells me I'll order something online and they say, you can have it in 10 working days. I go, what's wrong with you? Most people can do it in 24 hours. And the technology we have. So no, I won't go to any other time span in my life, because I'm planted here for a reason in this time for a purpose, and that's what I'm going to live out.
And you, Duncan?
And me, where would I go back to?
Yeah, and why?
I think I belonged in the Victorian times. I really do. I sort of resonate
Oh
with that.
yes, I can see you with the little watch on in the waistcoat. Yes, I
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
A nice hat.
And the wigs, I like wigs.
I can see that.
I must say, I would go back to the 80s. I loved the afros and the fashion there and the music.
No, if you see the pictures, I mean, our hair was like this. No.
I love the perms.
I recall I had my first perm when I was in matric, and my mom nearly killed me because I got very, very curly hair. And I thought if I have this perm done, it will be all these soft, lovely curls, and it was like right into my face. My mom wasn't impressed.
I love it.
So if you had a box of crayons, what color crayon would you be as a person? If you had to choose a crayon as you?
Oh. Can I use two?
No. Why?
You can choose to do that.
Thank you very much, Mitch. Thank you. I think the first one would be purple, and people will go, really? And I'm being honest, it will be the deep royal purple. That's what I would be, because that will be your secretive part, but it's so dynamic and so royal. And, you know, it was always excellence that delivers. So if you want me to be a color, it will be purple first of all. My secondary color would be turquoise. And you would know that because that's what my Face Off logo goes all about. But the turquoise is so light, blue skies, sunshine, happiness. And, you know, it's just giving us that excitement and joy when I look at blue. Blue for me is that actually the skies are blue and it's waiting for you to go and enjoy life.
I want to thank you for your time. But before we close, if you could just very quickly sum up where you are today and what you want to do now. You know, we can't predict what's going to happen next year or in 2 months. What do you want to change now in people, and what can you bring?
Sure. I think, fortunately for me, I have been progressing my online business parallel with what I've been doing right up to this point in time. So for me, the first thing I'm doing right now, I come and sit down in my office literally from the morning, 8 o'clock and longer. I mean, I'm doing my last interview this afternoon, I think at 7. But, you know, that's the first thing, is really to tell people that technology is a lot easier. So we have to stay connected. We have to make sure that you stay top of mind. And I'm not just talking about business, but also your friends and family. Don't let people wonder what you are up to. Get out there right now and start. We've got the simplest one of WhatsApp video call, you know, and if we're going with the data, then make that WhatsApp call there. But stay connected. That's what we need to do right now. As from a business point of view, it's for me vital to make sure that people out there still get the support they need, and we motivate our teams. I mean, for me, it's so important. I really send out every single day messages out to all the teams I used to train and motivate in the past, to let them know that I'm not alone. Because I do believe with my whole heart, sadly, we can have a major spike in mental illnesses the further this COVID is going with us. And for me, we need to get people out there and show the world that you're not alone. We are in this together. Whether your storm is a bit different than ours or whatever, we can get motivated. So what I'm doing right now is to get out to every single person listening to me to say, share as much as you possibly can. There are people out there who wants to help you. And that's all I want to do right now. I mean, I can focus, and I can tell you I'm busy with this. We are doing these motivational sessions that you can actually purchase online. I'm not, because it's more important for me that you all know out there that there's someone out there who wants to listen. You just need to pick up a phone.
I think that's excellent advice. And what a way to finish. Yeah. I would recommend that people do find you on Facebook. I love your Share the Vibes. I love your celebrity vibe sessions. I'll be honest and say sometimes I don't always understand what you're saying in Afrikaans. But I think I get the gist of it. And I would say, yes, people need to find you on Facebook. They need to listen to them. They need to hear your message. And from both of us and all of us at Hesketh Media. So thank you very much for your time today.